Welcome back. I think this is part 4, 5 of the bobber build. Today is wrapping the exhaust. So I've ordered some exhaust wrap. I ordered about 50 feet of it. I have no idea if that's going to be enough for this project, but we're going to learn. I might have to order more. If I do so well, let's order more. I don't know. Alright, I was reading the directions real fast. So this kit's about, I don't know, I think 35, 40 bucks online. It comes with the metal zip ties, or clamps, whatever you want to call it. I'll show you a trick on how to tighten these things up without any fancy tools with just a pair of pliers. And yeah, so I got 2 sets of them, so that should be more than enough for my bobber build. I'm only gonna throw a few down it. I'm just gonna make sure it doesn't unravel. But if you didn't know, step 1 in wrapping exhaust, after you get this stupid packaging open, is this has like fiberglass and stuff in it. That's what helps it with the heat. You want to get yourself a bucket of water, like I got right here, and put these in the water. You want them to soak. It's all good. Once you start the bike, it will evaporate all that water out of it. I hear people talking about, oh, if I soak my exhaust wrap, it's gonna rust my pipes out. No, it won't. Once you start it and run it for any time, take it for a ride, you'll have a whole bunch of steam, but you won't. So I set them down like this, straight up and down, so all that bubbles will come through here and it'll soak it real well. And yeah, I guess time to start pulling the exhaust off. I'm just gonna pull my exhaust off. I'll show you, there's 2 bolts on the rear cylinder on the driver's side, and then on the passenger side, left side, and then on the right side, there's 2. Everyone's exhaust is different. Everyone's exhaust length is different. This is an aftermarket kit. This is a homemade kit. That's why it's gonna look different than what your exhaust may look like. All right, so let's get to it. Alrighty, so I got the pipes off. I already got one half wrapped. So what I'm doing is I'm wrapping a majority of the pipe. I have it marked out with zip ties on the pipes where I want it to end, and then I'm gonna wrap it the rest of the way on the bike, because my pipes, when they come in side by side. And I think it'll look better when I run them in, instead of having both individually wrapped, having them wrapped up together, both pipes, so both pipes will get wrapped at the end. Now here's something I didn't know when I started this journey here. Wear some clothes you don't care about and be ready to take a shower afterwards. You get fiberglass all on your arms, all on your clothes, everywhere. You get soaked to the bone. Since you soak it in there, all the water's doing is preventing all these little fiberglass particles that are in my shirt from getting into the air and getting in your lungs. That's no good. So here, I'll show you the first one. I got it tightened down. There's the first pipe. So I started at the bottom and worked up. So this next one, I'm gonna start at the top and work down. I think it'll look cleaner in the end, because all these frayed edges up here will be at the bottom, and then I can just cover it with the wrap. So there is gonna be some overlap here. And see, this is what I'm talking about. I have chrome still sticking out. When it goes back onto the bike, I'm gonna wrap from here up to my tips, which I have put on the shelf over here. This is the pipe we're gonna be wrapping next. So you see, I have the zip tie right here, 2 of them actually, because I didn't have long enough ones, to show where I want the wrap to end. So here's the metal zip ties that come with the kit. There's way more than I need. I'm only gonna use probably like 4 or 5. Anyway, what I like doing, and which I wish I had longer ones, so I'm doubling up zip ties right now, is when I started, I zip tie the top on so I don't have to worry about that coming unwound. If you wrap it tight, it shouldn't, but it's just a precaution. And I literally just leave it in the bucket right here, and I pull it out, squeeze it, and let's start the process. So you're gonna get wet, you're gonna get fiberglass on everything, but it's gonna look cool in the end, right? And that's why we do stupid stuff. So getting it started is kind of wonky, especially with all the bends in this pipe I'm gonna have to work around. Oh, I don't recommend doing this when you have open wounds on your finger. My finger's on fire right now. So, move that up there. Get that real tight like that. And we'll go a few twists down, and then I'm gonna put those zip ties on. And you'll get a feel for it once you do it. Like how to hold it tight and wind everything up. I'm just hoping this is the roll I used for the other side. I'm hoping I'm gonna have enough left on this roll for this pipe. All right, now that we got it there, we're gonna put it doubled up. So this is kind of difficult. I'm just being precautious. I'm gonna come over here and don't use your teeth like I did. And now we got that end with the zip ties on it. Just so now, yeah, I want to try to keep this untangled. Just keep pulling tight and rotating the pipe. Alrighty, so this is the part I said I'd show you guys up close. So this is the trick to these metal ties. Now, first off, you want to make sure you put them the right way. I know if you've never messed with them, it's kind of hard to tell. That is the top side, where I don't know if it'll focus, that bulges on that zip tie, that needs to be facing outwards. Now, what I recommend is, since this tightens up when I rotate it outwards, to put it like that, so when you crank on it, which I'll show you with this, all it's doing is when you're cranking, it tensions on it a little more and starts to pull it outside. Or not outside, starts pulling it tighter. So I'm gonna go right up next to the zip tie. See, the zip ties are nice, so now I don't have to worry about it unwinding while I'm working here. Oh, that's the wrong way. Haha. I was just telling you the right way to do it, and I'm doing it the wrong way. So come through right here, as you can tell, and push. These things got some, they're not like your regular zip ties. And what I like to do is put my thumb on it and pull it tight as you can get it. Now what I'll do next is I'll put my finger on it again and then pull it as tight as I can with the pliers. And see, this still isn't that tight, it still rotates. Now the trick of the trade is, if you take your needle nose, I just have a small pair right here, and you rotate it, try to hold the zip tie and rotate it and pull. What you're gonna do is end up pulling that thing. So now you have your exhaust wrapped. Now, routing it back in, like I said before, everyone's exhaust is different. And yeah, but it's gonna look good in the end. All right guys, sorry, it's like a few days later and at night, and you gotta bear with me on the lighting here. It's night and I don't have a whole bunch of great lights in the shop. But anyway, I got the exhaust mounted on the bike. You can see this one's wrapped and that one's wrapped. Now we ended here. I don't know if I can show that good. We ended here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut this tail off, and I'm gonna wrap this all up, and it's gonna come all the way back to about right here. I'll come back to you whenever it's done. This is where it sits for now. The exhaust comes out on both sides wrapped. I need to redo this dual wrap right here where they meet together. That was last night. I was tired. Looks kind of rough. But this bike's about to go under the knife. I'm thinking about getting rid of this fender and going to a floating fender that runs off the swing arm, so I can get it a few millimeters off this tire and get it real close. So, you know, the fender goes with the swing arm, so I can have it as tight on that wheel as I can get it. and I'm planning on going to a jockey shifter with a foot clutch. So I'll show you guys. I've been talking to a guy about how to convert this to a foot clutch pedal and then run a jockey off of the shift linkage right there and bring it up. I mean, and this engine started getting an oil leak, so I need to fix that, and it just needs some all over love. But this is how it sits for now. That seat will be getting sent off soon since the season's about to come to an end. I have been riding this, but since the season's about to come to an end, that's going to get redone. And here, this is what it sounds like with the short pipes on it. But I like it. The diameter and the length is real nice on it, and it's real loud. I'm thinking about changing the exhaust up though. I'm thinking about going to just a dump right here, basically 90 off of this, and bend this back a hair more and dump them together right here down the side. But yeah, if you like the videos, please like, comment, subscribe. If you have any recommendations or any ideas that I might use, let me know. But yeah, this winter, engine's coming off. Yeah, let's get them blown apart. Yeah, I'm also going to have a few more bikes on the channel. They're dirt bikes and not really cruisers, but, two wheels is two wheels. Thank you guys, and see you again.